Hello and welcome to Doctor Who Radio Show, and that's the way it goes tonight. And this is, along with me, the gentleman from America and Britain, and also somebody doing some cooking, is...
Matt from North Carolina.
Michael Shannon here, guys. I'm cooking some tacos up for the family. Great to be here. David Acid. Love being on...
Tacos? Oh, blimey. And how about the bloke with the glasses, Sammy?
That's you, Sammy.
Oh, is that me? Oh, I didn't know. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's Sam the man here who's enjoying himself, having a good laugh. Bow ties are cool. Yeah, man.
And also a newcomer known as Tim Wells. Hello, Tim Wells.
How you doing?
Ah, brilliant, sort of deep, really sexual American voice there. Sort of like Barry White type expression voice. But in this episode, I think first I'd like to do a dedication to several people that I admire and respect. I'd like to say thank you to Sammy Carter for one of the last few episodes of Doctor Who Radio Show, as Mike Shannon lovely touches a onion or something. That was a very good episode. And oddly enough, we did that missing episode. Missing Doctor Who episode. Yeah, we did that before they announced the recovery of the Web of Fear and also the Enemy of the World. And Mike is now chopping up whatever the hell that is. And also I'd like to do a dedication to Nasir in the West Midlands, a Muslim lady who I respect very much, and also my TARDIS-haired lady in Brazil, actually, and also Elizabeth, better known as E in London town. But needless to say, let's talk about finally the trailer for the 50th anniversary. One hell of a trailer.
Yes, it is, and before we do that, since we're on this with a shout-out, I would also like to give a shout-out to Mike Shannon, because I swear to God, nobody can make a cooking show more entertaining. But
Thank you very much.
anyway, yes, the trailer, yes.
Speaking of the trailer, let me
The
say...
trailer was very good.
I was happily... I enjoyed myself watching this trailer teaser. I thought it was great. It was in HD. It was awesome. I give it a solid thumbs up.
Ah, holy smokes. Mike, you sure your pants not on fire, by the way? It seems to be simmering. What did you think about it? Did it finally sort of pay us back for all the weeks of no trailers at all, everybody? What do you think, Sammy?
I think it did, but go ahead, Sammy.
Yeah. I thought it was brilliant.
Well, take your turns, gentlemen. You can talk in turn. I don't mind.
Yeah, I thought it was brilliant. Absolutely wonderful.
What did you think of the first bit where you saw William Hartnell's doctor being scared to death almost as that Dalek exterminated somebody in Totter's Lane?
The history's being rewritten.
Ah, really? Do you think that's going to be referenced in the 50th anniversary story, like a sort of throwaway line, or because there was the suggestion in Remembrance of the Daleks that the Doctor took the hand of Omega away with him, and you have the Daleks sort of turning up in that clip. Well, that brief appearance. So is it possible that he went from Earth to to wherever? Yeah.
Actually,
Ooh,
David,
lovely.
to correct you slightly, he didn't take the hand with him. McCoy's doctor followed him back to that time period so he could collect it from having left it behind. So it was
He's referring to
Oh. That's macaroni cheese then, Mike.
Yeah.
Bucket. I wish I was there. My apologies for swearing. Only three reasons why I swear: a lady's food or lack of shagging. But there you go.
Whoa.
So what about the rest of the trailer? Grande dinner kit, hard and soft tacos. Oh, tacos.
Only
Oh.
in America, guys.
And burritos.
Only in America, though, isn't it? Really, you wouldn't find that so much in England, I don't think. Nothing like a good taco. It's just...
I want your big burrito, Mike. Give me your big burrito.
Yes, it's Cooking with Mike and Dave. What about the rest of the trailer? What was the fourth Doctor doing? Because he looked like he was drowning. He was sort of dropping his, sonic screwdriver and his jelly babies.
That was supposed to be a reimagining of when he fell in Legopolis. That was mid-fall.
No, but it's the wrong scarf and coat there, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was wearing a burgundy red coat in Legopolis.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's more like sort of 1978-79 costume, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So you got your facts wrong, didn't you, Mike? Not Mike and Matt.
Yes, we did get the sixth Doctor in there, among others. We did get a brief appearance. The eighth Doctor, I think, was hidden the most out of all the Doctors. He was up on the left-hand side there, but kind of on the side with Rose.
It's almost like they're trying to be careful about with the eighth Doctor because they're afraid.
Also, I don't know, if you guys got a chance to re-watch the teaser, but who is the guy that's standing in front of David Tennant that looks like a zombie? Who is that? That shadowy figure in front of... As they pan up to David Tennant, who is that shadowy figure?
A shadowy figure? Ah, yeah. John Hurt's Doctor.
Is it John Hurt's Doctor?
Yeah, with his back turned.
But look at his hand, too. His hand looks crippled or zombified or something.
I think he had a middle finger to David Tennant, probably.
Yeah. You know what? That makes sense. All right.
He was saying, "Oh, fuck it. Let's start again, please."
So, what did you think about? Here's a good. I'm going to throw this out to you, my good Doctor Who fans. Yeah. And thank you for everybody watching this and listening to this Doctor Who madness on Doctor Who radio show. Which only happened because Joe was a little bit pissed off with us during the Real Whovians. Can't think why. I don't know whose fault it was. I blame it on Sammy, but never mind. It's all your fault.
It was the taco's fault. The alluring smell just drew us all mad.
He was taken out of time by a triangle, wasn't he? He's been sent to the death zone by my cat Snoopsy. 5 Snoozies, a new epic adventure for the 50th anniversary.
And also there was the silence.
Different versions of my cat Snoozy, different incarnations.
Different regenerations.
Time Lords have 12 lives. My cat has 9. She's already reached. I don't think she's regenerated yet. I think her body's wearing thin. She might regenerate soon. Yeah. Well, start playing the flute.
The thing I noticed that as it pans down from what the 4th Doctor's doing, before it pans up to Sarah Jane looking in that snow globe or whatever, you see something on a sewer pipe that says "no more," and then it shows Sarah Jane. So could that be a reference to the fact that she is no longer here among us? I don't know.
Well,
I mean, you got to take into consideration there's quite a few people in that trailer teaser that aren't with us anymore, other than Sarah Jane. But did you also notice the lack of companions? We only had 3 companions in this teaser. So we had Sarah Jane, we had Rose, and Clara. I didn't notice any other companions unless I missed something.
K9.
And I wonder why those.
Well, sure, K9. K9 is a commander.
All right. I'll give you that. All right, I'll give you that. But you know what I'm saying? I wonder why no other.
I was going to say, you got a minute to work with. You're not going to
Yeah,
have time for everybody.
what do you think, Tim? What's your impression?
If there's any, I was wondering if there's any significance to it with the 50th coming up. Will there be maybe a share? We know Rose and Claire are going to be in it, but I wonder if Sarah Jane's going to get a mention in the 50th. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was going with. Or will we get an appearance by K9?
That was a big mention there. I mean, let's face it, Sarah Jane Smith was one of the best companions ever, I think.
Yeah. She's one of the most popular.
Definitely one of the quintessential companions.
Well, Matt, Samuel, and also Mike, what do you think, Tim? You have a good long talk about what as a viewer did you enjoy about the thing? Since you're a new person here, and I want to give you the chance to say what you want to say.
Well, I thought it was clever. I thought it was really well made, and it was fun to watch. I mean, it was great.
Short, sweet, to the point.
Oh, Maceslaw's back.
Oh no! I'm gonna get bitch slapped.
Yeah, man, what's the deal?
Yo, calm down. Don't worry.
And now, all live.
We're doing a Doctor Who radio show.
And now, live from New York City.
And I'm making tacos.
Matrix Lord 212 goes to the diner in Mike's Hell Kitchen. So my good Whovian friend, what did you think of the amazing trailer sponsored by Old El Paso with fried beans, traditionally made the Mexican way?
David, you've already asked Mike the question. Somebody else should.
Oh my god.
And now our haggis sponsor.
Since Joe's here, why don't you ask him what he thought?
What happened?
Oh god, it's got to him in a handbasket. That's what's happened.
Go ahead.
I think I might include Mike's sort of cooking actually in this episode. Cooking with the Time Lords. Does it happen in the past or future, or has it happened before we started? But no, seriously, Mike, what did you think of the trailer? I mean, it was one hell of a trailer. I mean, it definitely makes up for.
Yeah, dude, I thought the teaser. It's not a trailer, okay. First of all, I don't know why they call it that, but I'm
asking Joe, so shut up.
All right,
keep cooking, woman. Keep cooking, woman.
Get back in the kitchen!
I thought that it was very stylish that it started off in Totter's Lane with William Hartnell. I don't like the way they made him look, though. It looked kind of like weird. Like it wasn't like it was him. It was like some type of sculpted, face or whatever. And then, but I overall, they had a lot of interesting things in there. They had the Arachnos. They had Fifth Doctor, the roller from the Fifth Doctor. They had a few different Kirkmen face. They had Autons. They had a lot of different things for over the years in Doctor Who, and I thought it was pretty cool. The Key to Time was in there, too.
Yep.
Do you think that will fit into a storyline alteration of time, possibly?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
No, that'll meet Jack. Yeah.
You just think that's just for fun, don't you?
That's just for fun.
Yeah.
I don't think it meant anything.
It's basically,
first of all, the Clockwork Men were rated, I think, one of the top villains, even though they only appeared once.
So with Zygon.
So, yeah. So, I think they had to put something out there, and they had nothing. Which they could have had something, but they just threw that together. I don't know why.
It's essentially a video montage celebrating 50 years.
Yeah. It's not even a teaser either, because it's not like all he said was the day of the doctor. It's not like you're teasing anything.
It's at the
It
tail
was
end.
just in montage.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's something to hype up the 50th.
It's a promo. Yeah, but it's not a trailer. Yeah.
That, I mean, it was cool to see something different, but it's nothing that I haven't seen on YouTube already. With, you know, people making their own videos and, you know, I mean, it was cool, but
Yeah, definitely cool. So, I have read some comments from Stephen Moffat from the latest edition of Doctor Who magazine, and I'd like to point out to viewers that I do have an Instagram webpage which I met some nice Hoovian birds through. Birds, by the way, is English slang for totty, dame,
yes, yes.
or lady,
For Hoochie Mama.
Oh my.
which
Boy,
might
you
have
on Instagram,
completely
David.
Titanic the last real Hoovian. Oh yeah, mad. We're all mad here. Oh,
Spy versus spy, dude. Spy versus spy.
but apparently, like I suspected, Stephen Moffat is suggesting that what happens in the 50th anniversary is a turning point for the Doctor. He discovers his true destiny.
And why he's out there. And you know what? That I think that's actually a good way to go, because let's face it, we've all wondered why he does what he does. Why is he just aimlessly drifting out there in space?
Yeah.
He has to have a purpose to it. So we've all wondered that.
Well, in this case, he's talking about the fact that the first 50 years were merely phase one, and this is the end of phase one and the beginning of phase two. The Doctor was different in 63, different in 73, different in 83, different in 93, when he had the classic episode, Dimensions in Time, he said, grinning really badly. And, well, what do you think that means? This is a change. I mean, everything changes. The Doctor changes from body to body. The production team changes. The costume changes. The theme tune changes. Even the exterior of the TARDIS changes, my dear fellow. Ah, there you are, Doctor. Still enjoying your current regeneration? Well, of course I am. What do you think? We have a mission for you, Doctor. Oh, do you? Really? How marvellous. There is a planet at the epicenter of a time period in which nothing has been changed. Your mission is to change all that. You mean my mission? I paid everything. You shouldn't even be coming into my time stream. You should know by now, Doctor, that our time stream, your time stream, when we're Time Lords, makes no difference. We Time Lords do not care about such things. What is the mission then? You must go back to the planet Alderaan and interfere with a certain politician. Yes, well, fuck you. Go away. At the end. That sort of thing. Something like that, yeah.
Senator Palpatine is the opposition.
Are we?
Something,
Yeah, fuck you. I'm getting pitched. I'm getting mished, pub. Sorry. sorry, joke. Go on.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I'd like to put that.
Something. Guitar.
I'd like to put that towards Joe and also Matt afterwards. Do you think, since we're reaching the half a century point, that this is the bit where things are going to change for the Doctor?
I think that Moffat's full of hot air, and that his idea of something changes is rewriting Doctor Who's history, and when he's done, it will be rewritten again the way it's supposed to be. So this change will only last 2 years, whatever it is. That's what I feel.
Oh dear. Are you sort of confident in Mr. Moffat's ability to sort of shine up as his bald patch, as metaphorical?
I am not confident in any way, shape, or form anymore. So I think that, when he says stuff like dramatic change, I get a little worried because he made John Hurt pop out of thin air. So who's to say he won't let 10 other doctors pop up? So I'm not really happy at the moment about that, or creating doctors because the ninth doctor won't sign the contract or leave. So he's capable of anything. He's capable of killing characters or bringing them back, which he has. So I'm not really having too much faith in that.
Yes. All right. Okay. Shut up. And now for a sponsor from Golden Eggnog.
May I go now?
Golden Eggnog can be purchased in many stores in the United States of America. If you have a meal or a family gathering, you can purchase Golden Eggnog, Golden Eggnog, and Super Moist Cupcake Mix for all your family needs. And anyway,
By Betty Crocker.
and Matt, you go, Matt.
Well, I think it's actually a good thing that Stephen Moffat's doing this because, like I said, we've always wondered why he's out there doing what he does. It's never really been explained why he's in the TARDIS going from planet to planet until one explodes. So, it has to be addressed. 2, I don't know what the big deal is about the show changing because, like he stated earlier, and you stated, David, it changes every decade. That's one of the beauties of the show, is that it managed to stay fresh with the times. I mean, yes, people don't like the Doctor being more floaty and contemporary, but that's how it stays fresh with the current demographic. Yes, things do need to change, and if you don't like it, just wait a couple of years, it'll change again.
And with that point, Matt, I'm going to sort of take it to Tim. Tim, you've been a fan of Doctor Who for a long time, I presume, and would you agree, not with me, but from your own experience, that the series Doctor Who has changed from 1963 to 2013? Not just on one level, but on several levels. But the thing is, how has it changed for you? Mild cheddar.
All for the better. I think it's better than it ever has been.
Yes, but as an American, watching the show for... How long have you actually been watching the show?
About 33 years. No.
Oh, that's not good. Fuck me.
About 36 years.
36 years?
No,
Holy smokes.
Hold on. I've been watching it since I was about 14, and I just turned 48, so yeah, 34 years.
Smokes. Cool. How has it changed from your point of view, from an American perspective, sort of through the PBS and all that sort of thing?
In what way? I mean, you mean now compared to how it was then?
Well, from your own sort of viewership experience, or
from everything you saw.
No, Matt, let him speak. How do you think it's changed from your view as a viewer, and also as somebody's seen it grow itself, and also through your life from being a teenager to a father or an uncle type thing?
Well, like I said, I think it's just gotten better and better. I mean, I thought it was interesting when I first started watching it. I thought it was a fun show, and like most people, I fell in love with it. I thought it was great. I didn't really like the direction it went in through the 80s too much, but it was always a low budget show. So I mean, they did what they could with it, and then when they brought it back so big in 2005, I thought, this is great. You've got a great actor, you've got a great show, everything was great. And it's been great ever since. I haven't really had a problem with any of it.
Holy smokes. So, do you think, you've seen it change, you've seen the formats of which it's been presented, VHS and DVD and then digital, of course. Do you think it's changed from American point of view dramatically, and do you think it will change again?
I think now it is the American model. They went for like the Buffy model, the 45-minute format, and I think that works. I think they experimented last year with no two-parters, which a lot of people think is a mistake. We'll probably go back to that this year with a couple of two-parters at least. But overall, I think the format suits it. I just wish that it was like American shows, you had more episodes per year. Like if this was Lost or something like that, then it would be 25 episodes a year instead of just 13. So
That's
that would be great.
That's regular with American shows, isn't it? 20 or 24 episodes. And I think Doctor Who has sort of gone up and down in quality. But I'll say this to everybody: Mike, Matt, Sammy, and also
we lost
Tim.
Joe.
Shh. I think Unearthly Child is one of the greatest introduction episodes ever made. I mean, it absolutely fucking grips you the moment you watch it. And I mean, I say that to you as well, Graham, if you can hear me. And
I can hear you.
what do you think, Graham? I mean, Unearthly Child, Earl Grey tea, Star Trek Next Generation reference. Make it so.
Make it so, I said Jean-Luc Picard. What can you say, David? I mean, it is one of the best pilot episodes of a TV series, you know, of its generation. You know, it set up the premise very nicely, and hence why we're still here 50 years later.
What was Hesson, the first director of the very first episode, Asian in 1963, which might not seem so strange now. Let's face it, even in 2013 there's still racial tensions. The first producer, Betty Lambert, 24 years old at the time.
Yep.
And a woman. Doctor Who was multicultural. I don't believe in multiculturalism at all. I think it's a load of shit. But the one thing about Doctor Who, it was way, and I've said this before, way ahead of the times.
It was also very true move.
And that's the way, Tim, Sammy, Mike, Matt, Joe, and also Graham, and every other Doctor Who fan, new or old, why it's lasted so long. It was way ahead of everybody else. It understood. I mean, the first moment when you see the titles and then you hear the hum of the TARDIS as you go into Totter's Lane, all those years ago, the hum.
It's not just that. It was when I got into it. It just seemed like it was more clever than anything else on that I was watching over here. You know, just the stories that they came up with were just crazy. Like, you know, really clever storytelling. I'm talking about maybe Tom Baker, you know, years is what I first started with. So compared to like silly American shows like Battlestar Galactica or something, you know.
It's certainly an amazing thing. I mean, that trailer basically summed up everything. You know, some real passion for it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, passion for the past, passion for the present. You know, and whether we like it or not, you know, we once upon a time in the 70s and 80s, there were fans who were moaning about how the show changed then in 83.
You're gonna get that shit forever, bro.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the show, sit back and watch it for what it is.
Yeah.
I really agree with Tim. The only negative thing I have is I wish we had more episodes.
Yeah.
And
I think this is a fucking brilliant episode of Doctor Who Radio Show, but I would say that to any Doctor Who fans out there, we are, and we always will be, a community. And we shouldn't sort of be sticking our nose up to new fans who think, you know, Doctor Who starts with David Tennant, even though that is actually fun. But, yeah.
You have to realize that in about 20 years' time, David Tennant will be considered a classic Doctor as well.
You know what? It doesn't matter when somebody starts because you can always nicely, you can educate them too. I mean, when people have no instead of shunning them, You know, I think it's cool that we get new fans, you know, and I talk to, you know, on Facebook, I talk to a lot of younger guys that are like teenagers, guys and girls that ask me questions, you know, about the classics and stuff. So I think it's cool. It's a good opening. And same with my kids too, you know.
Yep.
They got into the newer show and then they started watching, you know, some Pertwee, some Baker, you know. I think it's cool.
Do they like the
I
old ones?
remember when I first got into the show, the hardest thing for me to grasp was, what is a regeneration? How could he be the same person with a different actor? It makes no sense. But then when I finally grasped the concept, it's like, whoa, what other story or plotline or universe has anything remotely similar to anything like that?
Say, Tim, before Matt interrupted.
No, I was just asking if your kids.
Well, you say your piece, Evan. You say your piece, Matt. You say your piece, Mike.
Yeah, my daughter loved the third Doctor, Pertwee.
Yep.
And my older son liked the fourth Doctor.
Oh, that's cool.
And my daughter's also a big fan of Eccleston, too, so.
Because my nephew, who's 25, he likes the new show a lot. But I tried to show him, like, Pyramids of Mars or something, and it just bounced off his head. He could not get past the videotape look, and he's used to more modern shows. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, I guess I show my kids a lot of old stuff. Movies, black and white, you know what I mean? So they're kind of used to that, the grainy look.
It's always nice when you consider, well, because the thing is, Matt, the thing is, Sammy, you know, me, Mike, and Tim, we're sort of getting a bit older now, you know. In another 10 years, like Matt said, we'll be the old generation, not just in Doctor Who, but in, you know, family, and, you know, we'll be seeing pictures from now, you know, we'll seem like, holy smokes, I had more hair back then, or whatever.
Yep. I'll sit my grandchildren on my knees and say, my first Doctor was way back with the 11th Doctor. Your 24th Doctor ain't got nothing on him.
Oh,
There you go.
So
that's the
it's
way
all
it goes.
changing anyway. So it's the good way to look at it is that once an actor or something is involved in the lore, they are not forgotten about. If you get cast to play a Doctor, you're in. You're immortalized. Peter Capaldi will be immortalized when he becomes that new Doctor. He's permanently a part of the show.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, man. Definitely, dude.
So like, even if you don't like it, you're still witnessing history and a canon that will be remembered for generations on down the line. So,
Regenerations to come. Well, Matt's right though. You know, we've had 11 doctors, not including 11 TV doctors, but not including the ones who were in stage plays. Doctor Who Unbound, audio dramas, all sorts.
You know what? I'd go with Peter Cushing. I would love to see him being mentioned in Doctor Who somehow. Explained it. I thought those two movies were pretty cool.
Oh, a cheer for Mike. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip.
Yay!
Now, oh, come on. Grow some balls and do it louder. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip.
Oh, jeez.
Have those patties. Yeah.
but yeah, go on, David.
Okay, I think that's all we have time for Doctor Who Radio Show. But I've enjoyed this Doctor Who Radio Show immensely while Mike was cooking, which shall be included in the episode in editing. And
Ready to serve, man. Ready to...
I have been.
Show us the final product, Mike.
I have been. That's the way it goes, and and the people with me are, or have been with me are.
Tomatoes.
That's
North Carolina.
Ooh.
Sammy
Who
Carter.
doesn't love speed?
What a pleasure always to be here, David Ashton. Thanks for having me. Graham from Glasgow.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, Dave, always love doing your show, Dave.
And there's the phone.
Rock and
You know,
roll.
you're my brother from another mother, man, over there in the UK, man. You know that.
Love you too, man. Love you too.
Oh, yeah.
Love you all. And
Yeah.
until next time, everybody, keep hurting.